Most people prune the panicle hydrangea by eye, which results in small flowers, weak stems, and the plant flopping over after almost every summer rain. Today I'll show you the perfect method for pruning hydrangeas, which I call the mathematics of blooming. I'll show you down to the millimeter exactly where to cut the stem of such a hydrangea, so that in the summer it has beautiful large flowers. And so everyone will ask you, hey, how did you manage to get such a beautiful hydrangea? In a moment I'll show you the precise way to prune a panicle hydrangea. But before we go there, I'd like to say that you should first make sure your tools are clean. You should disinfect and thoroughly clean them, because only then can we be sure that we're not spreading diseases to our hydrangea. We're actually just one step away from reaching 200,000 subscribers. So if you want to build the most beautiful gardening community in Poland with me, stay with me longer and click subscribe. You cut now, you wait. This is a basic mistake in growing hydrangeas, and usually the biggest failure when we prune the garden hydrangea. The garden hydrangea should not be pruned, especially not in early spring, because it forms flowers on last year's shoots and will only bloom then. When will these buds remain? However, today we will focus on the garden hydrangea and the tree hydrangea, which actually require pruning still in winter or early spring. My double node rule, look, we count the nodes, 1, 2, and we cut exactly 1 centimeter above the second pair of nodes. Why do we cut 1 centimeter above this node and not closer? Because the shoot needs space to dry naturally, which protects it from infection. If we cut lower, the drying could reach these dormant buds and dry them out. If you want a taller bush, you can cut above the third pair of buds, but if you want really gigantic, big flowers, cut above the second or even the first pair. If you leave more pairs of buds on the plant, it will pump all its energy into developing those buds. If you actually leave only one pair, then all the energy will go into that one pair. They will be even bigger and more developed. Now it's time for brutal selection. I call this the toothpick method or the pencil method. I trim every shoot that's thinner than a proverbial pencil or toothpick, depending on how big your bush is. Why? Because energy goes there and the flowers are small and everything will droop. I only leave the thickest, healthiest shoots. by trimming these small shoots. I get to the inside of my plant and immediately see things like crossed shoots that rub against each other and damage the skin on the shoot. Through this wound, moisture and pathogens often enter the plant, so we need to get rid of such situations. Even though, for example, such a shoot is very thick, we cut it out right where it doesn't cross. This is to introduce more air and to prevent the skin on the shoots from rubbing off. So we cut out all those that go inward or cross each other. The operation is finished. After such pruning, the plant experiences a lot of stress, so we should help it a little and give it some nutrients. But be careful. In February and at the beginning of March, we still don't give it nitrogen because that's absolutely too early. I use basalt meal, a natural mineral that strengthens the cell walls of the shoots and helps them gain the right vitality and strength for spring growth. February is the beginning of our journey. This season in the garden, the hydrangea has been pruned. If you enjoyed this video, share it with someone who loves gardens as much as we do. And remember, our goal is 200,000 subscribers, so if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next episode, because in the next one we'll be pruning again. We'll be cutting grasses, soon roses, and other plants as well. Stay tuned.